Hello everybody, Ed0626 here, hoping you're all having a fantastic day today, and much like my previous video covering WWE going into 2023, I am going to be doing the exact same thing with All Elite Wrestling, AEW. Now I'm not gonna lie, I can't talk about what I expect for them in 2023 without going to the year prior, 2022, which in my opinion, quite frankly, including the pandemic year, was AEW's worst year to date. And that's being honest with you. And I'll say that for a couple of reasons. One, some of the feuds lasted way too fucking long, and the payoffs were not worth the fucking time invested into it on TV. For instance, Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston. Need I say more? They had two really good fucking matches and they could have ended it off at Blood and Guts, but no, they decided to do some Shark Week fucking promotion match. And while I love Shark Week with all of my heart, I cannot justify the bullshit that I saw on television. That was ass. Everything about that match was absolute cheeks. And it was the worst payoff to a feud I think I've ever seen, in my quite honest opinion. Not only that, I think the AEW match quality in 2022 was lacking, at least on the main event side of things. Keep in mind, they lost Cody early in the year because he went back to WWE, which was cool. That was a cool moment for him, and I'm glad he's won the Royal Rumble, and he's going to be going to WrestleMania, and hopefully he wins the title. But him leaving AEW was like the first, oh shit, what's going to happen to the main event spot sort of thing. Because he was in the mid-card for a really, really fucking long time. On top of that, CM Punk constantly gets hurt. On top of that, CM Punk causes complete and utter anarchy within the fucking company. Now, I'm a big CM Punk fan. I can't really say I'm much of a fan of Phil Brooks, the person, after what's been going on and what I've been reading over the course of the last several months. Quite frankly, if he never comes back to AEW, it's not really anything that bothers me, because I think they have enough star power to where they don't really need a CM Punk at this point. Which, on top of that, see where there's a pattern here, folks. We also lose several big main event guys in the Elite, with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks getting suspended for X amount of time. And that was a really long time, to be frank, where the main event scene kind of suffered for a while. And then, the match quality was really trash. And I kind of use Jon Moxley as an example. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Jon Moxley. I'm a big Jon Moxley fan, but during his run as interim world champion, that had to have been some of the worst fucking wrestling psychology and fucking match quality I think I've ever seen. He puts on some decent matches, but goddammit, there's no need to fucking bleed to a guy named Konosuke Takeshita, who almost nobody knew who he was, or maybe some people knew who he was when he came to the company. Now I love Takeshita. I think he's great. But at the time, I'm like, who the fuck is Konosuke Takeshita? And why the fuck is he and Jon Moxley bleeding on my TV? There was a couple other matches that were fucking really awkward with the bleeding. For instance, Tanahashi at, Forbidden Door, where he fucking blades himself on a swing blade of all moves, and that kind of took me out of the match entirely at that point, because why the fuck would you bleed on a swing blade? You know, there's little nuance and common sense things that go in my mind when I see shit like that. I'm just like, dude, it's free TV. Why the fuck are you bleeding all over the place again? It's the third week in a row you've done this. And that's what it felt like for as a viewer for me, watching these matches. It's like, fuck, this is boring. It's the same thing every week. It felt like that for a long time. Now going into 2023, it's a completely different story, because the way AEW was kind of starting off was shaky, and then they kind of ended off on a pretty good note. Obviously, MJF is the champion at this moment in time, and quite frankly, I don't see him losing that championship at all over the course of the next, till All Out. He wins the championship at All Out, or was it? No, Full Gear, excuse me. I think he loses the championship at All Out, because I don't think they're going to have him hold that title for a full year. I think there are more than enough guys in the main event scene that can definitely push MJF, and I think they can do a lot of good storylines with MJF as world champion, especially considering that whole storyline that went down and that whole bomb that he dropped, which I still don't quite frankly know how much of it is shoot and how much of it is a work. I hate using fucking inside terms, but I have to in this case. But Legitimately, I had no fucking clue. I mean, did he really leave the company and demand more money and Tony Khan paid him? Who the fuck knows? But all I know is this. He's got what he wanted. Now can he deliver? And if he could deliver, why not just have him hold the championship for most of the year and make his reign and all that money you invested into him worth something? On top of that, they've also added some championships to the fold. You know, the All-Atlantic Championship is a decent mid-card title. Granted, some of the people that are fighting for that title, I'm kind of like questioning, like, okay, this guy's going for the title. Cool, I guess. I think there needs to be some sort of ranking system for that title, man. I hate the whole, like, everybody gets a title shot deal without earning it. It really bothers the fuck out of me. But maybe that's just me watching WWE for 13 years. Who knows? But still, make it make sense, damn it. Not only that, as far as 2023 programming goes, I think Rampage needs to be made a lot more of a focus. I think they can do a lot with Rampage. To me, Rampage feels like an extension of Dynamite. Like a really shitty extension of Dynamite. There's like maybe 2 good matches on Rampage. And if you're lucky, you'll get 1 good match out of a 4-match show. Or a 4 or 5 segment show. That's what I worry about. Make the TV better. I know they invested a lot in some new production. They have a new stage now, which looks very nice. I think it looks really cool and it's very updated. If they really want to compete with WWE, which quite frankly I still don't consider them much competition, I think that is a good start. I will also say this. If you're going to do like one-off spin-off shows, like Battle of the Belts, give me a fucking surprise for Christ's sake. I feel like when they do Battle of the Belts, it's the same fucking bullshit. It feels no different from a Rampage except with a bunch of title matches on it. And that's a god-honest opinion that I have. If you're not going to have a title change hands over the course of 5 times of you running that show, what makes me want to tune in for the 6th time? Because I know it's going to be the exact same bullshit. I don't fucking care that so-and-so is defending this title for the 15th time over the course of his reign. Is this fucking guy who's been built up to possibly beat him gonna beat him or not? That's what I care about. Give me something different. Surprise me a little bit. Don't make every title match so fucking predictable. It's great match quality and great maybe TV content on paper, but it's like, okay, I know this guy's gonna win. What exactly happens in between this point A to point B? That's kind of how I feel about that. So, and I'm no expert. I mean, I'm just a fan who likes wrestling. I'm no expert on anything I've said over the course of these 2 videos. But all I know is I have opinions. I like to speak them. Whether or not you agree with me is up to you. But that's kind of what I've been calling these is Let's Talk Wrestling. That's exactly what I'm doing. Let's talk wrestling and things I want to see better in the specific companies that I watch. I kind of mentioned a little bit NXT in the last video, so I'll mention ROH here. I think Tony Khan has not really done much to make me care about ROH, and that makes me sad because, well, ROH was a company I really loved going back to 2015 when I started watching them. So it sucks for me to say that I don't give a fuck about what ROH does going into this new year with this whole Honor Club bullshit because, quite frankly, I used to see the television show for free every fucking week on the website. Now I gotta fucking pay another fucking subscription service for it. Some people will say, oh, if you like the company, you'd support it. Bitch, I used to watch it for free and I still supported it. Now I gotta pay another fucking $10 that I don't have to support a company that I've been supporting since I fucking started watching it back in 2015 on TV for free. Like, how much more fucking money do you need out of me, Tony Khan? Jesus Christ. But anyway, that's just my opinion of the whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed these last 2 videos. I'm sorry if they come off a little bit ranty at times, but it's hard to try and put everything into a solid, cohesive thought because I just have so much shit going through my mind that I probably should take notes for these sometimes, but all the notes are in my head. Anyway, my name is Ed0626. I appreciate you all being here. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this and more commentaries. I'm going to hopefully become better at making content for you over the course of the next couple of weeks to the rest of the year. That's my hope for 2023. Social links as well as podcasts in the description. Take care of yourselves, and most importantly, take care of each other. Have a good one.